wasn't even impressed with last night's win, and that win already faded out of the way like it was nothing. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTP Sports. Phillies dropped Game 2 to the Chicago Cubs by a score of 8-4. The Cubs hit a bunch of home runs in this game, 4 of them to be exact. And, yeah, this bullpen once again stinks. Offense doesn't do enough. They actually scored more than what felt like 4 runs. Well, they scored 4 runs in this game. Felt like they haven't been able to score more than 2 for like 50 billion games straight. Kepler hit a home run. Whoop-de-doo. Alec Boehm had a 2 RBI hit, which gave the Phillies a 4-3 lead. Yippee. Then the bullpen has to come in starting in the 5th inning because McAble, third major league start. I'm not going to kill the kid. I'm not going to kill him whatsoever. Definitely gave up the long ball. He gave up 3 solo shots. He did have a huge strikeout, with a bases-loaded situation in that 4th inning against Kyle Tucker. Threw a nasty 3-1 curveball, a nasty 3-2 curveball to get Kyle Tucker to strike out. So there was some big balls in that situation by McAble, but just threw too many pitches in 4 innings. And, yeah, just also threw his first walk since being called up to Major League Baseball. So I think he'll be fine. I'm not going to pin it all on him. Bullpen comes in. Taijuan Walker gives up the go-ahead 2-run shot to Ian Happ, which was his 2nd of the night. Then Carlos Hernandez, they try to force Joe Ross to go 2 innings. That doesn't work. Carlos Hernandez then comes in, allows more runs to score, which is obviously that was going to be the case. That was going to happen. And it's the same song and dance routine. The bullpen stinks. The bullpen doesn't have enough depth. When you have to go to your low-leverage bullpen arms after, a night when you have to use your high-leverage arms because they're not going to be pitching so many days in a row, these are going to be the results. And your offense, not good. Blah, 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 blah. And also Kyle Schwarber is in a huge rut, which is also very annoying to watch because used up all of his June magic in April and May, I suppose. And I'm not going to kill Schwarber, but would be nice if he was just consistently swinging, and he was due for a low point. It just sucks that in his typical month of June, when he is supposed to be hot, he's looking very ugly. I think he only has 4 hits this month. I think he does. So, just the same old stuff. Just the same old stuff. Not going to yell like I did yesterday. This game, it was frustrating. It definitely wasn't as frustrating as last night. But still, it's the same results as we usually been seeing with this team. They're just not good enough. And then there's also been some setbacks with Aaron Nola. And realistically, we didn't get full info on Bryce Harper. They're saying, oh, he's doing treatment with his wrist. It's feeling better. That really doesn't tell me anything. Doesn't tell me jack shit because, yeah, you say your wrist feels better one day. And with the way that his wrist has been this entire season and even last season, it can change in a matter of 24 hours. So I won't see anything until I believe it. And then Aaron Nola, I believe his situation is that he has something in his ribs on his right side. I believe it happened before. It came up before today's game. You had the tweet from Scott Lauber and everybody else. Aaron Nola had a stress reaction in his right rib based on the result of an MRI. According to the Phillies, he won't resume throwing for at least 2 weeks. And I think Matt Gelb also pointed out after that he probably won't be returning till after the All-Star break. So, for people that want to point out that it's a phantom injury for Aaron Nola, no, he's actually dealing with something which is probably was affecting him for a little bit. Started with the ankle, now it's the right side of his body, now it's his ribs. And it's the first time we've really seen Aaron Nola go through these injury situations, so hopefully he just gets better. Hopefully he just finds a way to get healthy for the rest of at this point. This team ain't doing anything, so I honestly even consider shutting Nola down for the season. That's just my thing, because I don't see this team doing anything at this point. Realistically, why would anybody? I know people are trying to keep their hopes up and everything like that. This team's not good. This team is not good. This team is not good. Team is not good. Here's a stat. This is from Paul Casella. Paul Casella he's a producer for Major League Baseball, and he's also based in Philadelphia. The Phillies have 26 hits over the last 2 nights, 23 singles, 2 doubles, and 1 home run. Remember when everybody complained so much that they lived and died by the long ball? They can't hit for power now. They can't hit for power now. All they hit is singles. All they hit is singles. I'd kill to go back to what the offense was the past 2 years with the long ball. Jesus Christ. And also, there's a funny stat that I don't believe whatsoever. This is from Phillies Central on Twitter as well. The Phillies have the least amount of errors in Major League Baseball with 25, tied with the St. Louis Cardinals. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I literally do not believe that because of the way MLB scorecarding and all that crap is. Wow, stupid. This team cannot hit home runs, man. This team cannot hit home runs. It's amazing. It's amazing how much their power has been zapped with, quote-unquote, trying to change their approach. Also, Andrew Painter did not have a good start down in Lehigh Valley. I believe he gave up 6 earned runs and a couple of home runs as well. So, not the best stuff from Andrew Painter in one of his starts down in Lehigh. So, overall, not a good day. Overall, not a good day for the Phillies. So, if we look at everything from the lineup today, you had 10 hits. Trey Turner 1 for 4. Kyle Schwarber 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts. He just looks ugly at the plate now. Alec Boehm 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Okay. Nick Castellanos 1 for 4. Bryson Stott just continues to get worse and worse. His on-base percentage now is exactly 300. It's gonna dip below 300. JT Realmuto 2 for 3. Max Kepler 1 for 4 with a 2-run shot. Otto Kempo for 4. Brandon Marsh 2 for 2, but then he left the game with left elbow soreness after stealing second base. So he left there. Yohan Rojas came into the game, went 0 for 2. Phillies went 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Pitching-wise, McAble, 4 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 3 home runs allowed on 89 pitches. Tanner Banks, clean inning in the 5th. Taijuan Walker gave up a 2-run shot. Joe Ross gave up 3 runs. Some of those runs came in when Hernandez was on the mound, but inherited to Joe Ross. Hernandez pitched an inning in 2/3, 2 hits, no earned runs, 1 strikeout, 24 pitches. Like I said, allowed inherited runs to score. If we look at the process of this entire game, top of the 1st inning, nice double play to end off the top of the 1st. Scoreless there. Phillies, they get some base runners with 2 outs in the bottom of the 1st. Boehm and Castellanos with 2-out singles. Nothing by Bryson Stott. Then Dansby Swanson in an 0-2 count hits a solo shot to center field, puts the Cubs up 1-0. Then Max Kepler, 2-run shot in the bottom of the 2nd inning, barely went over the wall. The ball was really carrying today. The weather was made for that. So 2-1 Phillies after that 2-run shot. Marston had a single. Nothing really happened there when he was on second base. Then top of the 3rd, the Cubs respond. Ian Happ hits a solo shot, ties the game up. Bottom 3, Phillies go down 1-2-3. Top 4, Bush absolutely destroys a home run into the Cubs bullpen. Becomes a 3-2 Cubs lead. Then eventually the bases get loaded. Kyle Tucker in a 3-1 count. McAble throws back-to-back curveballs. Nasty curveballs, might I add, to get Kyle Tucker to strike out. And that would be the final ending for McAble. Bottom 4, JT leads off, getting hit by a pitch, and then Kepler grounds into a double play, so technically the Phillies go down 1-2-3. Bottom of the 5th inning, the Phillies take the lead here. Marsh will lead off double, Trey Turner with a single. Marsh goes to 3rd base on that. Trey Turner eventually steals second base. They go to the bullpen to face Alec Boehm. He hits a 2 RBI single to give the Phillies the lead, but then Castellanos and Bryson Stott strike out, stranding Boehm on second base. Top of the 6th, Cubs respond. 2 outs. Was there a chance for a double play in this situation? McGuire grounded into a fielder's choice. It was a weird back and forth with Stott and Turner. I'm not sure if it was. I don't remember the full situation entirely. It probably could have been a double play, but it also could not have been a double play. I have no idea. I don't really care. Taijuan Walker, the very next batter. 2-run shot. Cubs take the lead 5-4. Phillies 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 6th. 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 7th, and then Joe Ross on the mound coming in for 2 innings in the top of the 8th. That backfired wholeheartedly. Horner with a single, McGuire with a double that scores Horner, then he walks Ian Happ, and Hernandez comes in, back-to-back RBI singles, makes it 8-4, and that's basically your ball game there. Bottom of the 8th inning, Boehm led off with a single, JT had a 2-out single, and then nothing happened there, and then bottom 9, really, nothing was going to happen, so that is what it is. Yep. So far, this series is 1-1 apiece. And you have the final game tomorrow afternoon with Jesus Luzardo on the mound and Ben Brown on the other side. So basically, this is a rematch of their start in Chicago. What was it, that Saturday start where the Phillies crushed Ben Brown? So probably not expecting that to happen again with the way this lineup is swinging it. Yeah. So yeah, basically. And then the rest of the schedule, the Blue Jays come to town. After this series, you have a day off on Thursday, Blue Jays. Then you have a 4-game series in Miami. At this rate, with the way this team's playing, they might not even beat Miami. That's how bad they're playing. The Mets at home, Astros, Braves, Padres, Reds, Giants, Padres. Whatever. 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 Standings wise, did the Mets just win in extra innings? I'm not entirely sure. I think they just did. I think the Mets just won in extras. Nope, they're in the bottom of the 10th, it looks like. With, yeah, bottom of the 10th it says. Which is weird. For some reason on ESPN it said final 10, but now it says bottom 10. It's 4-4. Mets have the ghost runner on second base, so they'll probably win. The Brewers, they beat the Braves. They're beating the Braves 4-1, so it doesn't really matter at that point. Phillies, they're 38-29, 4.5 games out. Oh, they won? Okay, ESPN just didn't fully update yet. ESPN just didn't fully update yet then. Nope, still did not fully update, it looks like. So, you guys are saying they won. I believe you. So it'll be 5 games out of first place for the Phillies. It's funny, the Nationals are now in 3rd place and the Braves are in 4th. Jesus Christ. The NL East is turning into a, what everybody thought was going to be a competitive division is kind of turning into a cakewalk for the Mets. For what it feels like at this point. The Cubs, they're 41-26 after tonight. The Cardinals, they're 36-30. Brewers, 35-32. Reds, 35-33. Pirates, 27-41. Dodgers, 40-27. Giants, 38-28. Padres, 37-28. The Diamondbacks, they're below 500, 32-34. And the Rockies are the Rockies. The American League, the East, the Yankees, I'm trying to avoid talking about the Phillies right now. That's why I'm doing this. Yankees are 39-25. Blue Jays are 36-30. Tampa Bay 36-31. Boston 33-36. And Baltimore 26-39. Detroit 44-24. They're the best team in baseball. Minnesota 35-30. Cleveland 34-32. Kansas City 34-32. And the White Sox are 22-44. Out west, Houston 36-29, the Mariners 33-32, so the American League West is terrible once again. The Angels 31-34, the Texas Rangers 31-35, and the Athletics are 26-42. So yeah, a lot of bad teams in baseball. Seems to be a pattern. There's a lot of bad teams out there. A lot of bad teams, and the Phillies are one of them. It's what it is. It's what it is. What is there? No, I don't see anything else that's on the Twitterverse. Might as well continue talking with you guys. I don't have any voicemails here on the Anytime Hotline. I really just want to avoid talking about this team as much as possible, so we could really just chat it up until Brodes uploads his video, because he is definitely still uploading tonight, even though that they are playing tomorrow afternoon. Sometimes he doesn't do that when there's a quick turnaround, but I do think just with the way the team is right now, he's going to try to do daily. So I will keep track of that. This team just sucks. That's what they are. Just suck. They just stink. And ain't going anywhere anytime soon. So yeah. Let's see. Julian. Haven't seen Julian in a while. I figured it was about time he was due to go off in the comments. And, yep, you bring back the same 4 hitters for 4 years. What else do people think would happen? No playoffs is coming. I would only say they would still be in the playoff picture just because there's so many other bad teams in baseball. But Jesus Christ, they're also bad as well. Waiting for Rob to somehow defend Hernandez after being abysmal the entire season so far. Well, Rob is talking on post-game live right now, which is probably not saying anything. June, they collapsed last year. I blamed Dave Dombrowski and Middleton. What the hell are those two doing? It's good thing. You have to fucking fire Thompson. I'm sorry, they need to wake up. You aren't trading 5 guys. they're not firing Rob at this point in the season. They're not doing that. It would only do so much. No wonder Nola was pitching so badly. His body was starting to give up on him. I don't think the Nola extension was terrible. So many people say I don't think the Nola extension was terrible. Like, he's been a very reliable pitcher for you. This is the first year that he's been really dealing with an injury. He's been pitching every game for you for the past so many years. This is the first time he's really dealt with an injury this serious. So I'm not gonna harp on Nola. Yeah, that definitely sounds right. 170 batting average in this month. One guy with double. Oh yeah, one yeah. Least errors in baseball has to be a joke. No, that is a true stat, Franco. It doesn't. I don't believe that either. It's a true stat though, but I don't believe it. I don't believe it. It's probably a fake stat. It pisses me off even more when the Mets are playing good and having fun doing it. Yeah, it's what good teams do. They're emitting loser energy, and it is negatively affecting the fans to a point where people are crying, wishing for it is to be 2008 again. I mean, I don't wish it was 2008 again. I'd rather not be back in middle school. I'd rather be the age that I'm at right now. I don't wish it was 2008 again, personally. And the injuries are now mounting. Yep. I wonder if there's anybody at Dodger Stadium the past few days, all the people protesting. It's a good question. Are the Dodgers playing at home? Or are they playing on the road? Are the Dodgers playing in... No, they're playing in San Diego, so they're not playing at home, so I guess it was good timing for them. At least the broadcast tonight was entertaining. I really wasn't paying attention to them talking on the broadcast. I know they were sitting in like a certain section tonight like they do every year. I was busy grinding Mario Kart World Tour, or Mario Kart World on the Switch too. So I was grinding that, and I had the game on in the background. I was basically just creeping up. So I was grinding, trying to unlock characters. That was my night. Ugh, crazy stuff. This team just stinks. This team stinks. It's what they are. It's what they are. And it doesn't help with the freaking terrible scheduling of both the NHL and the NBA finals. The scheduling is hard. Like the game 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals isn't being played until Thursday. And then when's the next game for the NBA Finals? Is it Wednesday or something like that? Is it Wednesday? Because I don't think it's being played right now. Yeah, what, tomorrow? Yeah, they're not playing until tomorrow. So the scheduling for that has just been absolute dog shit. So I don't even have another distraction to put off for Phillies. Or to put, the focus on that more than watching the Phillies. So Phillies had to go on the main, even though there's one main television here. I can also have different monitors here to watch something else. No, I was prioritizing playing Mario Kart. That's where my night was. Because this team stinks. What a world. What a world, what a world, what a world. What a fucking world, boys. Rob Thompson discusses Mick Abel's start. I'd rather see it because sometimes when they show Rob Thompson in the press conference and they don't use the TV footage from post game, it's kind of hard to understand what he's saying when it's just from like one of the reporters' like cell phones. It's kind of hard because of the way that the microphone and the speakers are. It's kind of hard to understand what he says. Rob Thompson says post game Brandon Marsh is day to day. Not shocked. Wow. Wow, this is interesting right here for people that are hockey fans. This is from Frank Saravalli. Sources say the Rangers and the Ducks are in advanced discussions on a deal that would send Chris Kreider to Orange County. No semantics. There is no deal at this moment in time, but there is interest in a framework. Both teams have irons had other irons in the fire today. We'll see on Wednesday. Interesting. Very, 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 very interesting. Very interesting. Didn't they just trade Trouba out to Anaheim during the mid-season last year? It's weird. It's weird. But yeah, there's really nothing else. Okay. Don't see anything else here. Don't see anything else here. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Like I said, there's no voicemails either or text messages on the Anytime hotline, so don't have to worry about that for the time being. What are we, 21 minutes in? Nothing else. I can only talk about how much this team sucks so many times. I just can't constantly put that on replay. Even though it still is very amazing how bad this team is. I personally do not believe the Bryce Harper stuff with him feeling better with his wrist because of the way that it's just been acting up for him, even since last year. He says he feels better one day, the next day it could feel worse. That's just the way it is. And Aaronola, I would just personally shut him down. I'd shut him down. It's a lost season for me, in my personal opinion. Lost season. Gotta send this text message to certain people. So I gotta send the Kreider trade news to certain people, just so they can know about it. Yep, nothing really else from Rob. Just says everybody's basically just posting the Brandon Marsh news update. No, don't see anything else really. Don't see anything else. So, I think that'll do it for tonight, everybody. I can only harp on this team so much without just constantly repeating myself. So, we did a quick one here. They lost. We'll be back tomorrow. I am going to tomorrow's game because my father's going with work and he had extra tickets. So, might as well go since there's free tickets. So we'll have a recap tomorrow, probably around when I get back, maybe. Just depends on what happens. So you'll stay tuned for that. And yeah, we'll take it from there. If the Phillies somehow win this series or they end up losing another series. So appreciate you guys for tuning in as always. Don't forget to leave your comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It does me a great deal of service. You can also use the code TTPSPORTS, $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. Great deal. Do not pass it up. So appreciate y'all for tuning in. As always, the Phillies stink. It sucks because they stink. It's going to ruin summer for me. It really is. So we'll see what happens. So thanks guys for